pressure looks good.
Following up. Roger, roll, Atlantic. Flight downside, speed off.
Yikes. You bet. Okay. We don't need any more of these.
Surprise, chat. We have returned. Apparently, there is a lot of activity going on down at Boca Chica. The tank farm is going crazy right now, and we promised you that if there was something to stream, we were going to come back live and stream it. We thought that was going to be tomorrow, but apparently it's tonight. This all coming on the heels of a tweet from Elon Musk himself saying that they visited the pad and they found a connector that had been damaged in the storm. Apparently that connector was repaired, and look at the tank farm. It's busy right now. So I'm here. I'm Das. We'll be doing a little bit of a live stream, seeing what exactly Elon thinks he's going to do with SN5 tonight. I've got some people joining me. Thomas, you here with us?
I am here, and we're back. We did say if there was going to be more activity, there'd be more streams, and here we are for a surprise late-night static fire attempt. So excited to see what they do tonight.
I mean, there's something is going on out there for sure. We said surprise, like we don't even know how they're going to handle the notifications to the residents about getting out of the house and a 10-minute siren or what the plan is. So we're not sure, but Michael's here as well. Michael, how are you doing?
Good. And luckily, I think one of the few remaining residents is already outside of her house tonight. So that is certainly good news.
Oh, that's the voice of Michael Baylor there, who's joining us as well. And then, of course, you know that we have this ridiculously good-looking live video because Mary has made her way back out to the spot. And, I mean, it looks like a Halloween thing. Look at there's barely any wind blowing the venting around. That's insane. But we're back live. Here we are. So what do we think we're going to see here, folks? We don't know for sure exactly what's going to happen, but that tank farm is definitely doing something, isn't it?
Well, so here's what we do know, Das. What we do know is that the road closures were initially scheduled until 8 p.m. tonight, local time in Texas.
Right.
That was, of course, over 2 hours ago. And we suspected when some vehicles went back to the pad around 7 local time that they were going to scrub for the day and try again during tomorrow's road closures. But then, in response to one of NASA Spaceflight's tweets, Elon said that he had just been back to the pad and they were repairing some sort of ground connection and that they were hoping to make another attempt as soon as tonight. So we kept an eye on things, and Mary has gone back out there, and as you can see, it looks like we are actually farther along in the process towards the static fire right now than we were all day today. Earlier, we were looking for venting to start occurring around the tank farm and the vehicle. It never really picked up, and so it didn't really look like any fueling could be underway. But if you look at the site right now, there is tons of gases and condensation around the pad.
Yeah.
And there definitely looks like they are in preparations or perhaps already starting to fill Starship with propellants, in which case we are getting very close to a potential static fire attempt. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Starship SN5 and see if they got some sort of extension to the road closures or whatever they needed to do, because the pad is clear and fluids are flowing. So let's see what happens.
And we did check in with Mary, who was looking at the roadblock, and the roadblocks are up. The pad is clear for sure. They're stopping people from driving up the road just like they do, even though that official notice of the roadblock wasn't in place. They can certainly ask the county for sort of a field expedient roadblock, right? And it looks like that may be what's happening here this evening. A little bit less of a deal to block the road at night. During the day, it's the only access to the beach there at Boca Chica. You're blocking the public off from being able to use that beach, which is a public resource. But at night, there's not a lot of people going down there. So shutting down the road is not that big of a deal, I would guess. And it looks like they must have been granted an extension. It does look like there's almost no wind out there.
Yeah, that's just awesome. Yeah, they definitely got some sort of extension for as far as the road closure goes. Well, you mentioned when the stream first started, and the other thing we're talking about, so the residents that are still in Boca Chica get a notice saying during what time SpaceX could conduct any testing, especially for static fires and hops, where there's the chance that a explosion could occur, and they actually want the residents out of their homes and to help get them out of the way of like windows blowing out and stuff like that. Worst case scenario. And that notice also only went till 8 p.m. and I don't believe we have any information that says they sent out like a new one to say, hey, they might do more testing later tonight. So we were a little interested about that, but evidently testing is ongoing. So
evidently testing's ongoing. I mean, like I said, it looks like a haunted house. The vapors are just sort of puddling up. I don't know what's the right terminology. Like they're hanging out like they don't have anything better to do.
They're lingering around the base of Starship.
There
yeah.
you go, lingering. That's a good word. But look
I'm
at
a writer. I do what I can.
I'm a writer. That's just I've never really seen the tank farm like this before. Every time I've seen tests personally, there's been some wind blowing and it sort of carries the vapors off to one direction and we've seen it go the other direction. You can see in the right-hand corner of the screen, the very right-hand corner, looks like it's the silhouette of the flare stack, but it looks like the flare stack is totally dark right now. If I'm looking at that correctly, I think that is the flare stack, isn't it?
Yep, that's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
So not a lot going on over there, but look at the billowing clouds of vapor coming off the bottom of SN5 there. I don't know if that's GSE, SN5, tanks. I mean, it's not moving out of the way, so it's hard to see where
it's hard to tell.
Source is. Yeah.
It will be more evident when we see the vents kind of upward on the Starship vehicle. If they start venting, obviously it'll be a much clearer sign that propellant load's underway. But right now it's hard to tell if it's just GSC preparing for propellant load or if it's actually started.
Yeah, but we'll keep watching the side of the tank there and see if we start to get some frost forming, getting frosty, etc., etc. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that we thought we were shut down for the day. Everybody go home, be with your families, etc., etc. And here we are back out again at 10:13 p.m. local time in Boca Chica, looking at a very active tank farm.
Absolutely. Well, we've got about 2,500 people in chat who have tuned back in to see what the heck's going on tonight. So thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Hopefully there's some excitement down in Boca Chica to watch tonight.
Yeah. No kidding. I'm pretty excited. You may hear in my voice, I'm pretty excited / flabbergasted about what's going on the screen right now. So,
something like a surprise rocket test, us.
A surprise rocket test.
And if you're watching our previous stream earlier today, and we were talking about that you would know when they were preparing to propellant load because of the amount of venting, this is what we meant.
Yeah.
One tank venting is not a sign of anything promising.
Right.
This is a sign of something promising.
This isn't the bull snort on one side. This isn't the grass venting. This is a fully active tank farm. I mean, Michael, we actually changed what the label and the ticker said, didn't we?
I'm now using activity, not just venting. Because when I say venting, people see one thing venting and like, that's what we mean. No.
Yeah.
So there has to be a drastic change in what we're seeing.
We want people to believe us when we say, well, no, that doesn't really look like tank farm activity. That's just some vapors coming off one side. This is what we're talking about when we say something's happening at the tank farm. Yeah. A couple super chats coming in here. Hippo Viva, thank you for the super chat. Says for Mary and her trip to Florida. Oh, I guarantee you that's something we're going to make happen someday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we can.
Yeah.
It was in the works until COVID happened. So
yeah, absolutely. The Hippo Viva, thank you so much for the super chat there. Dog Cruise with 2 G's. Thanks, Mary, for spending all day and then going back out there. You're not wrong about that, dog. The reason we have this ridiculously good video right now is because Mary packed up all the stuff and went right back out again to get this live stream going. So somebody put some thanks in chat for Mary making these things possible over here. We've also got Sebastian Cruz. CRC. What is a CRC when it comes to currency?
That would be a Costa Rican colon, Das.
Okay, cool.
It's about $5 US for context.
That's all good. Is this 2,500 Costa Rican colones?
Colones, actually, I think is the proper plural.
Huh. We're probably butchering that pronunciation, but Sebastian Cruz, we appreciate the support there. Thank you so much. We've got Leaf the Rivenite. Looks like we're short of likes by at least 10x. Putting some likes over there. Thank you, Leaf. Doug Schaefer, thanks so much for coming back. It's Tank Watching Overtime. Oh, that's right. It's overtime here at the Texas Tank Watchers. Look, The side is venting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Starship is venting.
Starship is
That's
actually venting
the
right now.
liquid oxygen vent, I think. And it looks like the top is getting frosty. Look at that. Pretty
It
clearly
is
like
venting.
already.
too.
You can tell.
So I'm
You'll-
So
going to
that would be
advance.
propellant load.
I'm advancing the timeline to propellant loading, and I will update the ticker.
Yeah, I concur. You'll see up at the top of the tank there where it's a little bit discolored. Not the band where the entire ring is a different color. We know that that's a different color. But if you look just up above that, sort of in the second and third rings down, you can see it almost looks like the side of a frosty beverage when it's humid outside.
It
You get
does.
something in a glass with some ice in it, and then the side starts to sweat. That's what it's starting to look like there up at the top of SN5. So something's happening. I mean, I'm going to finish speed running the super chats here. Ian Gledhill, thank you very much for the new membership. V with an exclamation point, $4.99. Appreciate you as well. Sammy Daly or Sammy Dolly, Mary's trip to Florida. I guarantee you we're going to get Mary out to Florida at some point. We'll take care of the live streaming for her. She can just go and watch the event, and we'll handle all of the live streams for the Florida rocket launch. But we definitely want Mary to join us in Florida at some point. That is for sure. Danielle Hickson, thanks, Mary. Another Australian $20 there. Burhan Halilov, it looks like. There's another super chat. We've got Taz with a super chat. Thank you. We've got the Rough Rider Show. What's up? Love you guys. Overtime, baby. Nice. Appreciate you,
Overtime,
Rough
I
Riders.
like it.
Yeah, I like the Texas Tank Watchers Overtime Edition. Yazada says we can never get enough Texas Tank watching. Thank you, Yazada. And then last but not least, Sachin, thank you, Mary and the NSF team for the daily vids. Hallelujah to that, Sachin. The daily videos are amazing. Just being able to see what's going out there every single day. It really is, I'm going to say, unprecedented access to this sort of thing. So anyways, we still see that farm venting like crazy. Look at the shadows of the venting up on the side of.
It looks so cool at night. I mean, we're
That's
looking at this view which has almost zero heat distortion because it's now nighttime.
Yep.
You've got the crazy lighting and shadows of it being at night, and you've got the crazy lights over on Starhopper. I mean, the scene and all the mist just kind of lingering. It's not actually mist, but just the scene looks incredible. And I mean, I would love to see all that condensation near the base of Starship just get blown away by a static fire thrust right now. So we'll see.
So how long does a propellant load usually take?
Like 50 minutes to an hour, but the problem is I don't know exactly when it started. It's really hard to tell because I don't know if it starts venting immediately when they start loading. So it could have been going for a while already. So really hard to say exactly when the static fire will happen, but we will get that 10-minute siren. So that will be, once we hear the siren, that's when we'll know we're close.
Yeah, I don't see SpaceX foregoing the 10-minute siren, right? Maybe they didn't pass out new flyers or anything like that. In fact, what we need to do here is let's bring up the ambience some, because if that siren happens, we don't want to miss it.
Oh yeah, sure. So that will be our big sign that we are really close. But propellant load underway, so we're getting there.
Yeah, so we've actually got some crickets chirping, it sounds like. Can y'all hear that, Chad? Is that a good volume level for you?
I can hear it. I should probably ask chat more than me, I guess.
Some birds. Lovely sounds. Sounds great and peaceful. Maybe we should talk a little bit less, right?
Yeah, I think once we're like down under a minute, we should probably just shut up and listen.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
This audio is going to be so awesome.
Yeah, it is. We did a lot of work to test the audio, find it's a stereo XY microphone. We've actually tested extenders and stuff like that so we can place it away from the vehicles so we're not getting we're just getting the ambient sounds. So this is definitely going to be a rocket ASMR stream here this evening. I should just let Thomas do most of the talking. Go ahead, Thomas.
Well, I can go through some super chats that we've gotten in the last couple of minutes here. Rick, really
Listen.
appreciate your videos and
Listen.
Mary's dedication.
You can hear the vent.
Is that what that was?
I think so. Sorry.
It might have been, I'm not sure. But Rick, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. Mosh Pit God, this right here is why I love SpaceX. Thank you for the super chat. Javan, one of those. I hope I got one of those right, but thank you for the super. Don't let us down, Elon. He did say they go for a static fire attempt, so I hope we don't get let down either. Modi Space Industries, I think dropping my first super chat during the intro, lost it, so I'll say it again. Thanks for coming back for us again, team. Also, hi, Thomas. What's up, MSI? Glad to see you back in chat. Vinay with $5. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We're glad that you're sending us your support. We appreciate it. Uh-oh, did they let another nerd into this voice call real quick?
What is going on right now?
What's
what on
up, Jack
earth is going
Fire?
on right now?
Ladies
We're
and gentlemen,
standing by
Jack
waiting
Fire
for a
has
siren.
returned.
Look at that picture. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
Isn't that insane, Jack?
That looks awesome.
It's so
All right.
good.
All right, now that I'm back up to speed, I'll stop drooling over everything. Hey, everybody.
And we do have that ambient audio going, so if there's a siren or anything, I imagine we should be able to hear it.
Yes.
This is crazy. So Elon tweeted that they're gonna go again, and we just jumped and went live again. That's what just happened.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's
Yep.
exactly it.
I think we're like we should be seeing a static fire pretty soon here, right?
I mean, it looks like they hopped right into it. We got a bunch of tank farm activity, starships venting and getting frosty. I hear someone like cutting metal or someone because apparently SpaceX never stops working.
It sounds like a grinder.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's typical Boca Chica background audio. I mean, they never stop with those grinders. They're just sheet metal, steel, constantly grinders all day, all night.
Yeah. You don't think that was a siren? I don't think I heard a siren.
No, not
Mary will
yet.
know for sure.
And Mary will let us know if it's a siren. If we
Today
can.
on Texas Tank Watch, angle grinders, angle grinders, angle grinders. Wow. This is crazy. I'm super excited that they are pushing so hard that they are able to go tonight. Like
Yeah.
we all thought, oh, they've got backup days a couple days later this week.
And
wow.
Mary's reporting that she hasn't heard anything she thought was the official siren yet.
Okay.
I think the siren is pretty like easy differentiated from all the background noise. Like I don't think we're going to confuse the grinder for the siren.
Yeah. We'll
And yeah,
continue
Mary just
listening
said in our
here.
back channel that was a grinder, so don't worry about it.
I'm so floored right now.
We got a couple more super chats I want to run through real quick in case this picks up real quick. Sam Jones with the super chat. Are they just practicing for the bonus Halloween event for the restaurant customers? You know what? I think that's an added bonus of having super cold propellants. Thanks for the super chat. Dougal, a very big thank you to you all for going live again. Of course, like we said, we promised more streams if there was more activity, so here we are. Tucker, thanks for putting in the mega overtime, especially you, Mary. A huge thank you to Mary for getting back out there and showing us this footage. It's awesome. Ray with the $5. We're about to witness history. Thank you so much for your super chat. And no one or noon or however you're supposed to pronounce that username, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate the support.
It's like clang. There's just a miscellaneous clang in the background.
Yeah, when I'm doing the daily videos and I'm listening to the audio, trying to make sure that there's nothing too loud. All of a sudden, it's gonna like blow out people's speakers or eardrums. I typically try and leave in sounds where if it's like a clang or something like that. I typically try and leave that in if it's not too loud or if I can adjust the volume so that it's not too terrible. Just because I feel like those sounds are really perfect and they're like perfect example of what you actually do hear when you're there. And so I really like that kind of thing. I'm glad that we were able to get the ambient audio set up going with the help of everybody from our viewers. So thank you, viewers.
Yep. I'm just Chad, I hear you on the audio. I mean, every now and then it's like ambient crickets, and it's all nice, and it's like, and somebody's out there with a industrial machinery. So I'm trying to balance. I don't want to miss the siren. If we can hear the venting, I want to be able to pick those up. but then the overachiever with the angle grinder is out there at 10:25 p.m. grinding something. Probably a weld. So I'm trying to balance the two things there. I hear you on the audio. I can tell you
Sorry, I got my cat going. I'm gonna mute myself.
your cat going. Greg, the ambient audio is on a completely different channel, so I have completely independent control over that and our voices. So I can bring that down or up or whatever.
We got a couple more super chats. Todd with the $20. Love the unique content you all provide. Your videos are a staple of my day. Keep up the good work. Hashtag Texas Tank Watchers. Thank you, Todd. We greatly appreciate that support. And Bryant Young with $25 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. Glad you guys are tuning in to this late night edition of Starship testing.
Yeah. Don't talk about the angle grinder. It'll just keep going. The more you talk about the angle grinder, chat, the more it's gonna grind angles or whatever it's doing.
It's like a Sorcerer's Apprentice, but for audio. So the more we talk about it or try and stop the sound, it just gets louder and louder. So do we think? I mean, this thing we got a very large, dense vent off the bottom left side there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've been streaming. Looks like for 20 minutes. I confess, I was taking a short nap. Have we seen this thing fueled? Do we think it's fueled right now? It looks like it very well could be.
Based on the venting from the vehicle and the frost we're seeing up top, I would say it's at least partially propellant loaded.
Awesome. How long ago did the road close? Sorry, I keep asking like day one questions here. I'm trying to figure out what this is crazy.
Trying to get your bearings here.
Yeah. I don't know that we're exactly sure when the road closed. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it remained closed the entire time since when we stopped going live.
Oh.
Oh, no kidding.
Even though
I mean, this right here, this right here looks like what we see usually right before a static fire. So
yeah.
I don't know where the siren is, but
yeah,
based on it being outside the window, who knows? But this looks really close to a static fire plug as well.
This large cloud of condensation around the vehicle, that constant dense vent off the left side. I mean, we could be moments away from a static fire here.
I'm gonna back that grinder off a little bit more, okay? It's on the left-hand side of the microphone. I can see that the left channel is grinding a lot more than the right channel is.
This is crazy. This is so cool. I'm so glad. Like, I don't know, it kind of makes my night that they're pushing so hard.
Should we maybe just listen in for a few minutes and see what happens?
Yeah, give me some of that sweet angle grinder action.
All right, I'll bring up the angle grinding again. Angle grinder.
This is gonna turn into a game of who can be quiet longest.
Look, what was that? Did you hear that?
That was
I
the
heard
top
that.
vent.
Oh,
Let's
top
just
one.
continue to listen, I think.
Nice.
Any second now.
It really does give you sort of the ambiance.
It really does.
The Boca Chica ambiance.
Folks, we are standing by for a potentially imminent static fire attempt. Based on the tank farm activity and everything, it looks like we might be really close.
let's confirm with everyone really quickly. The angle grinding is not happening on camera right now, so there's not somebody at SN5 grinding underneath it. The angle grinding is happening at the build site back behind the camera, just so we're all clear.
Important distinction.
Actually, our camera is powered by an angle grinder, so wow. This is about the closest we've seen to a Starship vehicle doing a static fire since SN4. I mean, I know that's only one serial number away, but it feels like ages away, and it is really nice to see this vehicle up and ready to go. I mean, look at it. It's breathing. It's alive. I'm supposed to be being quiet and listening to the angle grinder. Angle grinder.
The dulcet tones of angle grinding. Jeez. I mean, folks, I'm really happy we have the cricket noise. I wanted the cricket noise. Dude! I think we have to whisper, but that's $100 super chat.
Did we just get? Oh, we just got a big super chat.
Yeah. I feel like I have to whisper about the super chat, though. Leon, thank you for the $100.
Thank you so much, Leon. Thank you. Holy cow, thank you.
Super chat ASMR.
Yeah, exactly. No, but for real, Leon said, thanks to Mary and everyone at NASA Spaceflight for the live coverage again. Leon, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. I mean, all joking aside, you're the man. We appreciate, we appreciate you with the ridiculous amount of support there. Just thank you so much. God.
Yeah, that's incredibly hard to remain quiet, even as we're trying to catch any audio from the vehicle when someone does something like that. So thank you. That's incredibly generous, and we appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
And the folks know we have not heard a siren yet, but given that this is already outside of the window that residents were alerted to, we're not entirely confident that the siren is still going to happen. We think it should, but we're being extra cautious because this is kind of outside the norm here.
This is such a beautiful sight. I'm just kind of stunned by what we're looking at right here. It's a little piece of the future. It's really cool. Oh man, we've got Korik in the chat. What's up, Korik? Really good to see you. Hey, dude.
We have a couple of the super chats we should go through real quick while we're waiting here. Building the trains with the $5, the grind never stops. Honestly, the grind is literally never stopping right now. We appreciate the super chat. Route 66, $5, thanks for all you do. We appreciate your support. Thanks for tuning in. Tao with the £5, espresso shots for all. Thank you, we appreciate it.
That would be nice. I would drink a lot of espresso right now. Thank you. Thank you for the support, everybody. We really, really appreciate it.
Back to listening.
Chat, you have to stop with the super chats. We can't read them quiet enough right now. The crickets.
I hear what sounds like a car pulling up or something.
Very Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon vibes with that tractor going by there. If you're just joining us, we're not expecting a hop. We are not expecting any kind of tanking test or anything. We are actually doing a full static fire tonight, but not a hop. So we are looking for that Raptor engine to light up. At the rate they're going tonight, it could be at any moment now. So that's why we're being a little bit quiet, whereas normally we like to commentate a little bit more. We've got a whole bunch of super chats and whatnot to go through, and thanks for your support, guys. But if you're just watching and you're wondering what's going on, we're waiting for a static fire test. It could happen at any moment, so we're being quiet so as to catch the sounds of the test. And that's my cat.
We can even
Air
hear
reports
the
that
cat.
SpaceXers are watching right now, so it's about to happen soon.
Ah.
Large increase in condensation from under the vehicle or around the vehicle.
There's somebody banging on something. Mary said they're grinding a shipping container behind her.
Hey, you gotta build a machine that makes the machine. Can't stop.
Again, there could be a static fire at any moment, so we're just watching.
Buddy. Static fire, buddy. Come on, buddy. You can do it.
folks, keep standing by. We are still waiting for a potentially imminent static fire test for Starship SN5. Here's some walkie-talkies in the background.
Yeah.
Look how frosty those rings are getting.
Yep. A little flare stick activity without the flare. You see that on the right?
Oh, you're right. That's odd.
I mean, maybe that's just like a nitrogen purge through the flare. I wonder if we would see them light it.
I don't know.
All right,
You can hear it.
I mean, this might be it.
All right. Well, y'all, what do we think?
What we just saw was that characteristic double vent near the top of the vehicle, which we have always associated with detanking or an abort of some kind. We're still looking at that flare stack on the right, which doesn't have that pilot flame, but it's still venting out something there. And the vapors near the base of the vehicle have all but disappeared. Still, the vehicle itself is venting a little bit, but it appears, if I had to guess, that we might have just seen an abort of some kind.
And that's not flames on the left there, chat. That's just gas with a yellow light behind it. No flames on the left.
Oh yeah,
Don't
there's
get
no
excited.
Yeah, the backlit vapors there.
We've seen that on previous streams, and we panic a little bit, but it's just vapors with light reflecting off of it.
Scott Manley in the chat says the vent on the left side is doing liquid blobs, which you can see. You can see it sort of
Yeah.
barfing a little bit periodically. And something's backing up.
Shout out to forklift guy.
I'm very surprised by the operation of the flare stack right now. If that's methane coming out of it, I'm not sure that that's really supposed to be doing that.
No.
The flare stack should be on, like it should be burning it off, not just releasing it.
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, we don't like clouds of methane here.
Yeah.
Starships and clouds of methane don't mix very well.
No.
I mean, SN5 is still frosty. You can see the LOX
If you
tank
guys are
and
just
the methane
joining,
tanks.
we were expecting a static fire test. It looks like we just saw an abort. We are just standing by and waiting to see sort of what happens next. We're trying to figure it out just as much as the rest of you. I wonder if that is methane coming out of the flare, or if that's just a nitrogen purge for some reason. If they would or could flow that through that, that way.
I'm not sure why in this configuration they'd be pushing methane or
some more
nitrogen
venting
to
near
a
the
flare
top.
tank. Listen. Yeah, I got a little bit of a vent noise there. So again, we're surprised that this is even happening this evening, y'all. We thought that they were done for the day, they'd come back tomorrow, but we did not even expect Starship to get to this level again tonight. So we have no clue what they're going to try next. This is like the Starship golf commentary stream.
So if you're just joining us today, appear to have aborted the first attempt at static fire this evening, but that does not mean that they're not going to static fire tonight. They can very easily recycle, so we're going to have to stand by and see what happens. Still a lot of action at the pad.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now we just have to say something like, "Surely it won't do anything else." And then
Right.
the person in the control room will just, hit the confused media button.
The mass simulator is actually up there on top. It's just not lit. All the lights are on the ground pointing up, and so the top of the tank is sort of blocking any light from hitting the mass simulator from the ground-based spotlights. So it's still up there. Mass simulator didn't go away. Camera's about 1.5 miles away from SN5 right now.
got a whole queue of super chats that we were holding off on reading out just in case something happened, but it looks like they're gonna have to, if we do have a Starfire, they're gonna have to recycle, so we might have a little bit of time. I'm gonna try and catch up on these. Let's start with Bryant Young, who donated $5 saying, I'll give 50 more when they fire. How about the rest of you? Well, there's a challenge in the form of a super chat. Appreciate the support. And let's see, Christoph with 55 Norwegian, is it Norwegian Krones? I think that's what it is. Thank you for the support there. Ryan with the $5, thank you so much for your support, we appreciate it. Daniel with the $1, thank you so much for the support. And Glenn says this is SpaceX ASMR, it sure is, thank you for tuning in and we appreciate the super chat. Parker watched the full stream earlier and I'm tired but so excited, thank y'all, especially Mary for being troopers. You know, some of us are a little tired too, but there's nothing that wakes you up more than a rocket test, so appreciate the support. Matt with the $5 from a fellow Texas tank watcher and angle grinding enthusiast. We appreciate the support, thank you so much.
I'm gonna have to at some point. I'm gonna have to do a like used car salesman style. Like, we've got angle grinders, come on down. We've got tanks, come on down. We've got scrap stainless steel, come on down. Like,
Flux, methane, nitrogen.
yeah, exactly. We even got helium, argon, you name it. All right, I'll stop.
McPherson says, look at the viewer count. Yeah, we have about 11,000 watching right now, and I don't know, we might have had even a little bit more right before the abort. So thank you all for tuning in, and hope you stay with us, because there is certainly potential for a recycle.
Top vent there.
Yep, some more venting.
Oh, you can hear
Russell
it.
with the $5, this is so much fun. Thank you, we appreciate it, and glad you're enjoying us.
Can I just say our audio is
That was
absolutely exceptional tonight? I
Yeah,
mean, the
awesome.
picture is great and the audio is great. If only this thing would static fire, we will have a flawless image and audio, provided I shut up. Seriously, holy cow. Great work to the entire team. Mary setting it up out there, everybody, Das getting all the pieces of the puzzle in place, and just wow. Wow, wow, wowie, wow, wow.
So funny story, I actually ran this microphone on the Bluebird stream for a few nights to make sure that it was all dialed in, we knew how to operate it, and then I packaged it back up and I shipped it out to Mary so we could properly support this thing. So this is heritage hardware from the Bluebird stream. Go ahead with the super chats there, Thomas.
You're quiet a little bit for me again
Yeah.
there, Das.
Okay.
Andre with the $5 says, are fire trucks on standby? Yes, there are emergency services at Boca Chica that can respond if any sort of emergency takes place. There's also automated fire hoses near the launch site in case they can't get the actual fire truck to the pad. Allie says, we are thrilled to watch through your eyes. Thanks for being there. Thanks, Allie. We really do appreciate the support, and that means the world to us. I mean, sometimes when we're at Cape Canaveral and we're actually experiencing it, we try to do our best to help everyone sort of experience it through us. And I'm glad that Mary is doing the same here at Boca Chica. The sounds and video that we're getting from her right now, we can't thank her enough. It really is like you're there.
Yeah, it's seriously the next best thing to being there. And in a way, in some ways, it's better than being there, even though I absolutely love it there. We have the luxury of being in the AC. We have the luxury of no bugs, no humidity,
Yeah.
good internet. I mean, that's a big one. So it's just, this is such a pleasure to get to hang out with 11,000 of you and watch this Texas tank get tanked and fueled and try and fly. Also, there's 11,000 people watching. Hit that like button. We've got 1.6k likes. Come on. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm sorry,
Come on.
but
Come on.
come on.
What are you thinking? Every
the
time
like
you hear a
button.
cricket chirp, hit the like button.
Yeah, there you go. But
But only
There you
once,
go.
because if you click it a second time, it unlikes it.
Wow, I wish they would. I wish they would test at night all the time. This is
gorgeous.
This is absolutely gorgeous.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's so gorgeous. The tank seems to be getting less frosty.
Yeah, and
y'all
there's
concur with that
significantly
assessment?
less. Yeah, I do. I agree with that. Significantly less venting coming off the left side, although it's still barfing a little bit, which is the technical term that I'm going to use.
Barfing. Locks barfing.
Yeah, it's not a good time. If you're barfing locks, you are not having a good time.
Backing it up, boss. Somebody's backing something up.
Back it up.
Moldy Space Industries asked, does Mary ever smell methane around the tests? Jack, did you? Mary's in non-cons. We'll get an answer from Mary in a second. Jack, while you were there, can you smell methane at any point?
So two things. One, I don't know if it was methane smell, but you could definitely smell like something had been burning. Not burning as in like on fire necessarily, but yeah, you could smell something. I don't know if it was methane or what, but it was definitely just the smell of a rocket engine having been fired.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was methane or what. I know everyone's saying in chat saying methane doesn't smell, methane's odorless. Yeah, I know, it smelled like something. That's why I'm saying I don't know if it was methane. So yeah, that's my assessment on that. I don't ever recall like taking a whiff of something and being like, oh boy, that's methane. It's more just like, the smell of activities down there in the same way when you get to an airport. It smells like aviation fuel and kind of like grease and just like an airport smells. There's a certain smell that launch pad has after a launch. So whatever that is, whether it's just scorched earth from the rocket exhaust hitting the ground, or whether it's a combination of things, I don't know. But there's definitely a distinct smell.
Actually, if you listen hard enough, you can smell the angle grinder.
Today's the day we found out that
listen.
DOS has synesthesia. Angle grinder smells
Listen
like
hard
orange.
enough, you can smell the angle grinder.
That's
Let's
how
just
it works,
appreciate
trust
that
me.
sentence for a second.
Yeah, solid.
Late Night Starship Edition is my favorite edition of Static Fires.
Oh, it looks so nice. I can't get over the picture from this angle. I mean, we're 1.5 miles away, and it's like, it looks amazing.
It's so sharp I can cut myself on the image.
There you go. Looks like we could do one of those denoise on the camera sensors. Again, do we remember the process for that?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit. What about denoising?
Oh, here. I'm just gonna go fix that. I'm trying to be quiet. All right, now you can hear me without cutting out?
Better.
All right,
A little
good,
bit.
good.
Tom Ray with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. And Olivia with the super chat as well. Thank you so much. Again, tons of super chats and stuff coming in. We thank you for all your generosity. That's the kind of stuff that we put towards improving this coverage even more. So we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, see if you can get us caught up on those super chats there, Tom.
Yeah, I'm keeping working on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to do too many in a row.
A couple every now and then.
Yeah. We got Brian Gleason. I recognize that name. You've been around before. Thanks for the super chat. Robert Garcia, Starship ASMR. I agree. Christopher for the 790. Thank you so much.
SN5 definitely less frosty on the bottom tanking there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Doing a quick A/B test there. I mean, it's plain as day.
Yep.
It's just like, bing bang. I went back to 1040 about 20 minutes ago, and yeah, there's a dramatic difference.
Yeah.
Actually, even just if you go like 1038, not that condensatey. 1041 at the beginning, 10:43 is when we hit that large double vent, and it's probably at its peak of condensate, and then and then right after you can just see it immediately starts to tail off there.
Yeah. Even the LOX puke valve is cooling down a little bit. Oh, of course it pukes as soon as I say that.
Cecil says, "Fly safe" with the super chat. Thank you so much for the support.
I think Scott Manley's hanging out in chat again, although it's going by real fast. I'm not able to really pick anything
Yeah,
up.
he was in here earlier for sure. Don't know if he's still around. If he is, what's up, Scott?
No. What? Don't say that. You say if he is. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
He's
Oh,
there,
he
yeah.
is in chat. Hi, Scott.
just said I'm here.
Glad to see you hanging around.
Ooh, that was a new noise.
Giovanni with some more Costa Rican colones. Thank you so much for the support. I've been to Boca Chica and spent colones. I should really know whether or not I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure I am. I also want to thank Dennis Malone for the support. And Ray with the super chat. Thank you so much, everyone who's sending in these donations. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, we got a big vent there at the bottom again. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a good bit of condensation around.
Huh.
And then we are looking for any signs that they could be moving towards either a recycle for another attempt or scrubbing for the night. We really don't know at this point. Craig asks if it's normal for the lower vent to belch so much liquid. Have we seen that before, by any chance?
I don't think
lower
it's.
vent.
I don't know that we haven't seen it before, but it's just a little bit curious.
I think it's the first time I'm noticing it, but it could definitely just be something we didn't pick up on in previous tests.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear dangerous or anyway. And some people in chat are saying that we've seen liquid come out that port before, so it looks like that might actually just be pretty normal. So there you go. Paul asking about the flare stack with unburned methane, a risk of another boom. The cause of the detonation was more the fact that there was a leak near Starship itself and propellants mixed. I think.
Yeah. It wasn't
not
just a big cloud of
huge-
methane. It was a
Right,
big cloud
yeah.
of methane and LOX.
Yeah.
The perfect
I'm not-
mixture.
I'm not sure that's actually methane coming out of flare stack.
Yeah.
It would just not make sense. They would be having a serious environmental regulation, or they would be breaking a environmental regulation if that was. So I'm guessing they're just like keeping the line chilled or something, or venting something else out of it. But
Yeah, I mean, a nitrogen purge, I guess, I don't know that it would make sense, but I guess would be plausible, is a way to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they would do a nitrogen purge, but yeah.
Moshpit guy says, watches a few streams, this is 100% the best, keep it up. We appreciate
Oh.
that.
Thanks,
We work
Mosh
really
Pit God.
Yeah, we work really hard to make this the best that we can make it, and all of these super chats are going to help us make it even better, so we appreciate it. We love bringing this stuff live to you guys.
yeah, and Mary's pointed out that they vented LN2 out of the flare stack before during previous tests, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But
I
that
tell
was
you what,
also during a
I'm not gonna go
test on
sniff it
methane.
I'm not going to go sniff it.
because it wouldn't tell me anything since it's colorless and odorless. according to chat. I mean, also in real life, because it is colorless and odorless, but whatever. Regardless of what chat says about it.
Sam Jones says it's the smell of angle grinder. Ah, that's what you smell, Jack.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the super chat. McPherce with another super chat. Thank you so much for your support. Chris K says he's been up for almost 24 hours and can't go to sleep because SpaceX won't stop testing. We've all been there.
Yep.
We're right there with you. Man, I gotta get up for class in 9 hours. That's not too bad.
9 hours. It's like
I say that not knowing when this is actually gonna be done, so...
there's like 3 complete sleep cycles in that.
David says he'll have to replay tomorrow. Great work, y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. And John says, keep up the amazing work covering this stuff. You're killing it. Thanks. We appreciate it. Glad that you all are enjoying our coverage as much as we enjoy giving it to you guys.
Coveraging it.
Coveraging it. Covering it.
Covering it. Yeah, there you go.
One of those.
One of those words.
We're coveraging it as hard as we can.
We also have a new membership from Jesus Christ, the man himself. Thanks for the membership. Appreciate it.
It's always fun.
It's actually pronounced Jesus.
Jesus. Oh, of course. That triggered my Siri on my phone. What the heck?
Wait, what?
It triggered Siri on my phone, like it activated like I was talking to my phone.
That's weird.
Jesus Christ in chat says,
Siri responds to Jesus Christ, apparently. What's that?
Jesus Christ in chat says, here to bless tonight's static fire. Thank you, Jesus. Praise Jesus. Now I'm just thinking of the Big Lebowski references. Jesus. Let's see. I'll open up the panel and see what we've got here on our plates, on our panels.
Rick B said Jesus Christ Super Starship.
There you go. Nice. Zeus and the Technicolor Starship.
Cosmasters, perhaps the recondenser has created some new issues with the flare stack hanging there. SN5 seems to be stubborn. Yeah, there is certainly different things in play now that they're recondensing methane or whatever. So there's definitely things that could be changing as far as that goes, which is why we're like, we have some ideas about what, you know, the new flare stack activity might be or whatever. Hopefully, as these tests go on, we'll learn more and more.
Yeah.
We try to limit speculation at least a little bit. Sometimes we have to put out there some wild speculation, but we usually preface that with a warning. But, yeah. Sabarish with the $5 super chat, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Look at the farm going again.
Yeah, that, you know, that keeps picking up, and I keep wondering how close we are to either being done or not even close yet.
Yeah.
They certainly keep us guessing out here. Someone's
That's
pushing the
part of the fun, you know?
My Siri has just activated for the second time in a row. I've not been saying anything close to Hey Siri.
Someone needs to turn that off. Also, you just did.
I literally have my phone silent. It shouldn't be doing that.
What's annoying?
I'm just gonna throw it to the other side of my room or something.
I don't think it would appreciate you treating it that way. No, Thomas. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Henry Hines with the $10 super chat. Appreciate the support. I am slowly but surely catching up on these super chats, y'all. We appreciate that there's so much support that I have to get through an entire queue of super chats. But we want to thank each and every one of you for helping us out.
Yeah.
Of course, if they recycle for another attempt, that means even more time to thank even more of you. Anyone do a quick Elon on Twitter check by any chance?
Just did, nothing.
Nothing yet?
Yeah. Is it frosting up again? I see somebody in chat claiming as such.
Bottom certainly is. Maybe the top, hard to say.
It looks like the top is defrosting as well.
Yeah.
It's sort of moving down if you A/B it.
Now I want an ice cream sandwich.
An ice cream sandwich?
Such a hard life.
What?
I don't know. I thought of Frost and I thought of an ice cream sandwich, and now I want an ice cream sandwich.
Now
and now that you've mentioned it, guess what I want, Jack? Thanks for that.
Ice cream sandwiches all around.
I don't have any though, that's the problem. We gotta get some of that astronaut ice cream in here.
I have some over on my shelf, but, you know.
Unwell Gaming says with 5 pounds, it's 5 a.m. here. Yeah, I would love to know. I mean, some people are gotta be watching this in some unfortunate time zones. But granted, that even goes for the middle of the day tests, so. Guess thanks for SpaceX for spreading the Starship testing windows around so everyone gets to tune in. And Sean Ring says, they do say God bless Texas. That is true. They do say that. Thanks for the super chat.
We get it, Starhopper. You vape.
They also say that everything is bigger in Texas, and according to Starship, that definitely holds true.
Yeah, I can't confirm. Definitely can't confirm. You drive for 12 hours from Los Angeles to get to Texas. 12 hours, you go through Arizona, New Mexico, and most of Texas width-wise.
How much of that drive is in Texas?
Sorry, California width-wise. But then you get to Texas, and it's another 12 hours. So it's a 24-hour drive, half of which is just Texas. That's how big Texas is. It's huge.
I've driven through about half of Texas before, width-wise, and even that was unbearable for me. And I hate long car drives, so I can only imagine the 24-hour trek from LA.
Yeah, I remember when I moved here to LA from Florida, I had to drive through Texas, and it just felt never-ending.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially when you get to like the Plains area. I don't know, it's like West Texas Plains area. There's a whole bunch of wind farms. It's incredibly windy. It's like doing 80 down a road with a giant semi-truck on your tail. Like trying not to get blown off the road. Like, what's going on? Texas does not mess around, and you should not mess with Texas.
Speed limits are merely suggestions in Texas, yeah.
Yeah. Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah. Marcelo says, thanks to you, we were able to witness history being written before our eyes. You know, we do try to remind ourselves of that sometimes, especially Mary, that a couple of years down the road, we might be looking back at these kind of tests, and this might have some really big significance for space flight and humanity overall. I mean, it's super exciting to see this unfold.
Yeah, seriously. Man, I'm just getting the Great Gig in the Sky vibes from that tractor. I want to, like, get a singer in here and just be like, ah, ah. If you've ever heard that song, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't heard that song, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But you should also go listen to the Great Gig in the Sky, because Pink Floyd is awesome.
Still got just under 10,000 of you watching. Glad you're sticking around. Hopefully some excitement in store.
Duncan in chat asking if static fire is actually going to happen this time. We don't know. That's why we're here watching and waiting. Sorry. I just sneezed. Hopefully I muted myself
Bless you,
in
Joe.
time. I tried really hard to. I need a sneeze button like DOS has,
Wait, DOS has a sneeze button?
or he has a
Yeah,
cough button.
I've got a big physical button that disconnects my microphone on the desk.
Oh,
And
that's
if I need, I
smart.
can hit the button, and it's supposed to mute the mic. I think it's going bad because every now and then I slap it and it doesn't actually mute the mic all the way. So
Ooh,
You
that's
get one of those. That's useful.
the perfect amount of terrifying for a mute button.
I'm-
Intermittent functionality.
yeah, I'm getting to the point where I don't trust it, and I need to take it apart and like clean the contacts or something. I mean, I've had it on my desk for 5 years, so
That'll do it.
If anyone
good
hasn't
Bambino,
seen the pictures of DOS's studio control center, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
There's just screens everywhere, and apparently a sneeze button, which is
A
what I
sneeze
learned
button,
today.
Talk about a battle station. That's definitely a mighty battle station.
I got another new monitor the other day. I have like a new 12-inch preview monitor, so I can put the stream up on there, and I can watch the output from the server. So I have
Nice.
a place to look. What do we?
Just to
What do we
remind
think we might?
everyone, there are additional road closures tomorrow or today, depending on where you are in the world. But starting. Oh wait, Elon just tweeted. Sorry, I will read it to you.
What did Elon just tweet?
tweeted: fuel spin valve didn't open. We'll fix and try again tomorrow.
There you
Also,
go.
some odd TVC hydraulic pump behavior. So there you go. Scrub
Excellent.
for today.
Straight from the horse's mouth. That is a scrub for this evening, huh?
Yeah.
It's super nice to get information like that right from the source. Now we know.
Chris
Yeah.
B, Mr. NASA spaceflight, went with a bold, if we can ask Elon Musk tag tweet, and boy did it pay off, because that's going to save us some sleep, and most importantly, it's going to save Mary some sleep, who's out in the field. So thank you, Elon, for letting us know that there is not going to be a test tonight. Again, Elon Musk confirms they had an issue with the valve, so they will try again tomorrow. And as I was saying, before that, they have a road closure tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. local time. But as we saw tonight, if they need extra time, they can just ignore the road closures, it seems. But most likely sometime tomorrow afternoon within that road closure would be when we see the next attempt. So there you go.
I was adding the ambient audio back to the scene here, so we could still hear the ambient audio when we were on the scene.
So I guess that means we can wind down the stream and let Mary get some sleep.
Yeah, I've got 6 super chats left in the queue if I can speed run those real quick.
Knock him out, Thomas.
Joe Wakefield, thank you so much for the support. Happy Hiking video vlog. Thanks for inviting to another additional watch paint dry session. Yeah, well that's kind of what it ended up being, although we got really close. Appreciate the support. Josh, thanks for all the work. SpaceX is my 80s childhood dream come true. Being able to see the development live is amazing. Thank you so much for the $20. Appreciate it. Glad you are enjoying. C. John Rye with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. And Diallo with another $5 super chat. Thank you for your support. Thank you everyone who's tuning in. And just in case with the $10, nothing bad ever happens when I watch Starships live, so I'll do us all a solid. Well, we appreciate you being here. Unfortunately, looks like we still had a scrub, but no damage done. Looks like they'll be able to recycle and try again tomorrow. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we have finally cleared that giant queue of super chats. Thank you all so much for your support. We all really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
getting a lot of questions in chat. People asking what a TVC hydraulic pump is. That would be a thrust vector control hydraulic pump, right?
Yes, and those are the mechanics that actually move the Raptor nozzle around to help direct its thrust during flight. Obviously not really relevant during a static fire, but they do still test out all the engine systems, including the thrust vector controls, so that's what that is.
Yeah, they do like a little wiggle, presumably, with the engine to make sure it is moving in the ways that they expect it to.
Yep. Alright, thank you all for tuning in, but it looks like they're going to be detanking Starship, winding down the activity at the site and reopening the pad. as they look like they're going to now target tomorrow for another Starship SN5 static fire attempt.
Just tell Elon to target tomorrow evening so we can have this insanely good shot.
Yeah,
again.
I know, right?
I mean, for real, Elon.
I mean, if
you're
they do it
listening.
early, so the window opens between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. local time, and if they do it at 8 a.m., in theory, that should mean the heat distortion won't be too bad, right?
At 8 a.m., yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully if they can target the beginning of the window, that would help at least the heat distortion. Won't give us these spectacular nighttime shadows and things like that, but...
The problem with the beginning of the window, though, is we have another stream for all of you.
There is
Oh
a stream
yeah, I
tomorrow.
almost forgot.
Our next stream, unless Starship does something crazy early tomorrow morning, is around 9:50 a.m. Eastern time. If you know all the plans hold and whatnot, we should be live with a rollout stream of Atlas V heading to the launch pad with Perseverance, NASA's new Mars rover from Cape Canaveral in Florida. So stay tuned tomorrow morning at 9:50 Eastern time. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for that, and that should be a super awesome stream. And then of course we'll probably have the Starship static fire stream tomorrow as well at some point.
Yeah, we've got some new audio tricks with Chris Gebhardt out there at Cape Canaveral. I was testing a new audio rig for him to help us battle some of that wind noise, but we got permission to bring our live stream gear out and actually live stream the rollout from the VIF where they integrate the rocket over to the pad for Perseus. So that's going to be about an hour as we watch the rocket roll by tomorrow. I was just checking out Chris on all his stuff so he could get ready to be out there and share that with us tomorrow. So I look forward to streaming that. And if Starship coincides with that, we'll actually do the 2-stream thing again, where we have one stream that is the Percy rollout, and then another stream that's the Starship testing, and we'll have the picture-in-picture, the ability to bring both streams into each cameras, and all that sort of stuff. But we'll have 2 sets of things going if those things do overlap tomorrow from about 10 till 11 Eastern Daylight Time. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I really dig putting all this stuff together. I had to, yeah. Anyways.
I will say, I know like YouTubers always say to turn on notifications when you subscribe, but I mean, for us, it's like time-sensitive content. Like if you don't have notifications on, you could miss when we go live for the static fire.
Yep.
So it's not just like some video that you can watch anytime. For us, it could be something super time-sensitive, so I highly recommend notifications.
Yep. Alrighty, but I think
And
that's
I did say that we cleared the super chat queue, which of course prompted 3 more super chats. Jose with the $5, thank you for the support. A new membership from Anon, thank you so much. And I accidentally clicked off the other one, so I have to wait till it comes on screen to remember who that was. But it was another super chat.
There you go, Pat O'Neill.
There you go, Pat O'Neill, you guys are a blast to listen to, thank you. Thank you, Pat, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, thank you to everyone who sent in super chats during the stream, and thank you for everyone for tuning in. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for Perseverance rollout at Cape Canaveral, as well as another Starship SN5 static fire attempt. Keep subscribed and keep those notifications on so you'll know when those things are happening, and we'll keep bringing you those live events, as well as daily videos from Boca Chica and everything else that we're covering live. Thank you all for tuning in. It's awesome to hang out and do these kind of things with you all.
Cool. Yeah, Thomas, I just let you do the official outro there, so whenever we're ready, we'll go ahead and shut it down there.
Absolutely. Well, okay, I guess I'll do the outro. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay tuned to the channel as well as NASASpaceflight.com for all your news coverage of all these live events. Shout out to Das, Jack Beyer, and Michael Baylor for hanging out tonight, and an extra special shout out to Mary, who's down there doing the filming. We also thanks to the entire NSF team for joining me and helping us do this stream, and a big thank you to everyone who is tuning in.
People are saying the robot dog is out. I can't see anything.
Is it?
I'm looking.
Gosh.
I think chat's just messing with us.
I just want
Oh
to
wait, no,
it's
that's
right
it.
there.
Bottom
it's right
right
there,
of
you can
the
see it.
bottom
Look at
right
that,
of the
right in the
Starship.
middle.
remove
it
the
has a
bottom
light on
ticker,
it.
Michael.
Yeah, I just saw it back up. It's
Oh
yellow.
my gosh.
Right there.
It's like
That is a
flashing.
robot dog.
And it's like flashing the light. Is that flashing the light at us?
I don't know. What?
That is a robot dog. We live in the future. It's a robot dog inspecting a starship.
Shout out to Zeus out doing the work at the pad.
It's looking
And shout
at
out to
us.
chat for noticing that. Way to go, chat.
That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
Jack, you're gonna have to get this in the video, in the next
Yeah.
update
Yep.
video.
Yep.
Wow.
Get the overlay. Give me a clean. Give me some clean feed.
But it looks like it's shining a light at us.
I'm going to assume it is looking up at Starship, and we're just
Yes.
seeing light, but
But
Yes. Coincidence.
it's coming at us.
clearly, right?
It's also perfectly silhouetted right there where our camera can see it.
Yep.
I think the robot dog driver is watching the stream. I'm just gonna say.
That would be very cool.
Robot
Ants?
dog driver has got to be one of the cooler jobs at SpaceX. at a company full of really cool jobs, robot dog driver has got to be a cool one.
Like rocket engine engineer, trajectory analyst, all this, and then it's like
The light
robot
just
dog
turned
driver.
off. Look, now it's walking backwards.
Yeah, it's walking around.
It's moonwalking.
We left the stream on just in time.
Yeah, we did.
For those who may not be caught up, they have this Boston Dynamics Spot robot dog that has different sensors and things on it, so they can go to the pad before they can send people there and test out, what sort of gases are present around the rocket. It has cameras on it, so they can take a look around, that kind of thing. So that's what we're looking at. I believe this is the first time we've actually seen it at the pad doing inspections, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is super cool to see.
Yeah, everybody in chat sees the robot dog, right? Does everybody know where the robot dog is?
It is to the
Yes.
right of Starship on the ground. It's kind of walking around. And it's got a light on it.
Yeah. You
It's
can see it moving.
hilarious how even from this distance, even when it's like 5 pixels on screen, it's so obvious what it is based on the way that it moves, the way that it looks. It's very obviously a robot dog.
Yeah, and it just
walking
walked
around out
behind
there.
that like box. You can't actually see it anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
that's cool.
Shout out to Zeus the robot dog.
Oh,
Bonus doggo action.
no, that's like at the end of this movie, and then the credits roll, and you stay around to see if there's a hidden scene. The robot
It's
dog
an
was a
after
hidden
credit
scene
scene
tonight.
Zeus the
We
doggo.
should strive to always have an after credit scene here at MSF. Those are the best.
Oh, that's
Well, I don't know. If we do another outro, will the dog come back out?
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Thunderheart, we're 1.5 miles away. This is all the reach that this lens has right now, so we couldn't like see the whites of its eyes or anything.
Yeah, this is actually insanely zoomed in.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and shut
I
it
guess
down
I
now.
did it.
Yeah.
I guess that's all. That's all for tonight, folks.
So, yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll go ahead and roll the credits, and we will see y'all next time. Again, we appreciate all the support, and thank you for tuning in to the Starship ASMR here this evening. But for now, NASA Spaceflight's going to sign off, so we'll see y'all next time in the morning.
Night, y'all.
Have a good one.
Nerds.
And that's some
Oh,
awesome
wow.
audio to end it with.
It's
Don't
venting!
end it yet.
It's venting! What the heck?
Starship SN5 says goodbye.